Welcome back. Today, we're diving into Brunei, a country of stunning wealth and beauty, but with secrets that will leave you speechless. We've uncovered 15 dark sides of Brunei, and some will truly blow your mind. Stick around for the final fact. It's the most shocking of all. Ready? Let's get started. Brunei is a tiny, oil-rich nation on the island of Borneo, but it's known for something far more controversial than its wealth: its legal system. Brunei enforces one of the world's harshest legal codes, rooted in Sharia law, a strict interpretation of Islamic law that governs both public and private behavior. This system was fully implemented in 2019, making Brunei one of the few countries to apply such laws nationwide. Under these laws, punishments can be shockingly severe. For example, theft isn't just met with jail time or fines. Offenders can face amputation, a penalty that harks back to ancient times and is rarely seen elsewhere in the modern world. The penalties don't stop there. Acts like adultery or engaging in same-sex relationships are punishable by stoning, a method that has drawn global outrage for its brutality and inhumanity. What's even more startling is that these laws don't just apply to Brunei's citizens. Even foreigners, visitors, tourists, and expatriates can be subject to the same harsh penalties if they break the rules while in the country. The government insists that these strict rules are necessary to preserve Islamic values and maintain social order. They argue that Sharia law reflects the country's deep religious roots and is essential for upholding moral standards. But critics, including human rights organizations and foreign governments, have condemned these laws as cruel, outdated, and a clear violation of basic human rights. The international backlash has been swift and vocal, with calls for boycotts and sanctions. For many people living in Brunei, the mere existence of these laws creates a climate of fear and uncertainty. People worry about being reported for minor infractions, and the threat of severe punishment hangs over daily life. This legal framework shapes every aspect of society, from how people dress and interact to what they can say or do in public. It limits personal freedom and keeps many residents in a state of constant anxiety, always aware that a single misstep could have devastating consequences. In Brunei, these strict laws aren't just rules, they're the foundation for many of the country's darkest realities, shaping the lives and futures of everyone who calls this nation home. In Brunei, a tiny but wealthy nation on the island of Borneo, the right to speak your mind is not just limited, it's almost entirely suppressed. While the country is known for its opulent mosques and strict laws, what many outsiders don't realize is just how tightly speech is controlled here. Free speech is almost non-existent. The government keeps a close watch on what people say, both in public and in private. The fear of saying the wrong thing is ever present, and it shapes daily life for everyone. Criticizing the Sultan, the royal family, the government, or Islam is not just frowned upon. It's a serious crime, harshly punished under the Sedition Act. This law is broad and vague, making it easy for authorities to target anyone they see as a threat. Journalists and ordinary citizens alike are forced to self-censor. Even a single misstep, a careless comment, a critical article, or a misunderstood joke can end careers, destroy reputations, or even lead to arrest and imprisonment. Protests and public gatherings are almost unheard of. The risk of being watched, reported, or detained is simply too high. People who want change must keep their hopes and frustrations hidden, often sharing them only in whispers among trusted friends. Even online, where anonymity might seem possible, a single critical post or comment can land you in serious trouble. The government monitors social media closely, and digital footprints are never truly erased. The government's grip on expression is total, reaching into every corner of society. Dissent is silenced at every level, from the press to the dinner table, and fear of surveillance is a constant companion. This enforced silence keeps the population in check, making open discussion and debate nearly impossible. In Brunei, the cost of speaking out is simply too high for most to risk. The internet in Brunei is tightly controlled and monitored. Authorities block websites on politics, LGBTQ+ issues, and anything deemed immoral. VPNs are risky, and seeking forbidden info is an act of defiance. Surveillance is real. Emails, messages, and browsing can all be tracked. This digital control creates a society afraid to even search for the truth. The result? A digital echo chamber with only state-approved information. Privacy is an illusion in Brunei. Women in Brunei face deep legal and social inequality, Sharia-based family laws favor men in marriage, divorce, and inheritance. Social pressure enforces modesty and male guardianship, limiting autonomy. Women are largely absent from top leadership roles. Despite education gains, a glass ceiling keeps the patriarchy firmly in place. Brunei stands out as one of the most perilous places on the planet for LGBTQ+ individuals. In this small, oil-rich nation on the island of Borneo, the government enforces some of the harshest anti-LGBTQ+ laws in the world. The very existence of LGBTQ+ people is criminalized, and the threat of violence is ever present. Same-sex relations are not just frowned upon, they are punishable by death for men, and women can face brutal caning. The penal code is explicit and merciless, leaving no room for compassion or privacy. Even consensual relationships are treated as grave crimes, and the law is designed to instill fear. Although there is currently a moratorium on executions, the mere presence of these laws acts as a constant threat. People live with the knowledge that their lives could be destroyed at any moment, and the law's existence is a weapon of terror wielded by the state. There are no public LGBTQ+ spaces in Brunei. No community centers, no advocacy groups, and no safe places to gather. The government has made it impossible for LGBTQ+ people to organize or even be visible. There is no legal protection from discrimination or violence. As a result, people are forced to live in secrecy and constant fear. Many face profound isolation, unable to confide in friends or family. The sense of hopelessness is overwhelming, as even a rumor or accusation can lead to devastating consequences. Access to information and support is tightly controlled. Websites and social media pages that offer help or community are blocked. Any attempt to promote LGBTQ+ rights or even discuss them is illegal and can result in harsh punishment. In Brunei, this is not just discrimination, it is state-sponsored erasure and persecution. The government's policies are designed to silence, erase, and punish LGBTQ+ people, leaving them with nowhere to turn and no hope for change. Brunei's wealth is concentrated in the hands of the Sultan and royal family, who live in unimaginable luxury. Ordinary citizens see little of this opulence, facing limited economic opportunities and a growing wealth gap. The state controls the economy, making it hard for independent businesses to thrive. The divide between rulers and ruled is stark and growing. Brunei is an absolute monarchy. No elections, no political parties, no opposition. The Sultan holds all power, appoints the legislature, and rules by decree. Citizens have no say in their governance and are expected to be loyal and obedient. Political dissent is punished harshly. The government provides welfare, but at the cost of basic rights. Democracy is simply not an option here. Brunei relies on foreign workers from poorer countries for low-wage jobs. Many face exploitation, debt, passport confiscation, harsh conditions, and abuse. Domestic workers are especially vulnerable, often isolated and powerless. Laws exist, but enforcement is weak and fear keeps workers silent. This hidden exploitation underpins much of Brunei's prosperity. Alcohol is banned for Muslims in Brunei. No bars, no public drinking. Non-Muslims can bring in small amounts for private use, but the rules are strict. The ban shapes social life, making nightlife almost non-existent. A black market thrives with severe penalties for those caught. Prohibition has unintended consequences, fueling underground crime. Brunei's rainforests are world famous, but development is slowly eating away at them. Urban expansion and oil extraction threaten habitats and biodiversity. The country's oil-based economy creates a huge carbon footprint. Waste and pollution are rising, straining the environment. There's a contradiction between being an oil state and a green nation. The challenge: can Brunei balance development with conservation? Despite its wealth, Brunei faces high youth unemployment, the economy isn't diversified, and private sector jobs are scarce. Many young people wait years for government jobs that may never come. This creates frustration and threatens the social contract. The future is uncertain for Brunei's next generation. Brunei's entire system depends on oil and gas, but reserves are declining. The government talks about diversifying, but progress is slow. If oil runs out or prices crash, the welfare state could collapse. The country risks economic disaster and social unrest. The monarchy's legitimacy is tied to prosperity. If that vanishes, so could stability. Brunei's dependence on oil is an existential threat. Brunei is one of Southeast Asia's least visited countries. Strict laws, no nightlife, and high costs deter most tourists. The country's human rights record and harsh penalties scare off many more. Attractions are limited, and the tourism sector is underdeveloped. It's as if Brunei wants tourist money, just not the tourists. Brunei's official ideology enforces strict social conservatism. Individuality and alternative lifestyles are discouraged. Public behavior is tightly controlled, and censorship is common. Young people feel especially restricted, watching the world change while Brunei stands still. This resistance to change keeps society stagnant and compliant. Brunei is, in many ways, a surveillance state. Laws allow authorities to monitor calls, messages, and online activity without warning. Informants are encouraged, and even private conversations can be reported. Religious officers raid homes for immoral behavior. The fear of being watched keeps people silent and compliant. Surveillance is the mechanism that enforces all other controls. It's a chilling reality for everyone in Brunei. That's 15 of Brunei's darkest truths. Beneath the beauty lies a society shaped by fear, control, and inequality. If you learned something new, hit subscribe and let us know which fact shocked you most. Stay curious, and see you in the next video.